What's up, everybody? Welcome to Inside Bama Recruiting, a part of the Bama Standard Network. As you guys can see here, we got a special guest on today. So first of all, I got to say thank you for taking the time, but we got Nick Abrams II, a four-star linebacker, the 14th ranked linebacker actually in the 2026 class. Appreciate you taking your time getting on here, brother.
Hey, thank you for having me.
No problem, man. So we're going to jump straight into this because we don't like wasting time around here. So obviously you dropped your top four, which was Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, and Oregon. But what stood out like for each team, maybe a coach, a player, or just the overall experience? Like why those top four?
Yeah, so I'll start with Georgia, which is Coach Schumann. His track record having 3 Buckets Award winners is kind of hard to ignore.
Yep.
Coach Smart putting so many guys in the league, especially in my position, just the continuity there and just how them two kind of work together, and they're like a kind of I don't know what they do. I don't know. They claim it's hardware, but they got something, a secret recipe down there. So just
Yep.
buy into what they're teaching. That's why they were in my top four. And then I'll go with Alabama. Just it's an NFL factory. The facilities, everything's designed to get you better, to find deficiencies and make you a better person, make you a better player. Coach Morrell, he's been there like almost from the beginning since December, just
Yeah.
recruiting me hard and really getting after me, not only just my tape, but like in the film room, in the meeting room, just having me draw up plays and really talk me through my reads and all that stuff. It's just good to see how dedicated he is and how much he loves ball and how much he can help me just become a better player. And then Michigan, you kind of get the best of both worlds. Their academics are crazy, but
Yep.
also they just won a national championship like 2 years ago. So Coach BJ, he cares a lot about the person he's coaching, and that kind of translates to on the field success. And I can't wait to get down on my OV and really learn more about that and talk to Coach Sharon more again. He's a great guy. He's a great leader, as proven at the end of the year last year. So just seeing his vision for the team and just looking at how they could use me and have me in different positions they could have me in. And then Oregon, I kind of say it's a new Georgia. Coach Dan Lanning being from there,
Yeah.
kind of like being Georgia, but putting his own spin on it. Just it's a player-led culture. Coach B Mike, once again, like just one of a good developer, great coach, great person. They have my former teammate over there, so just hearing him and talking to him and listening to what he's got to say and why Oregon's a place that I should be at. So, there's a lot of things that these four schools, they're all great options, and I can't wait to get see the rest of them. I have my OV at Georgia, so I just can't wait to see the rest of them and really, sit down and talk with my family to see which option is best for me.
No, absolutely, man. And what's crazy is I try to rant and rave about you to my peers, my coworkers, and stuff like that. Man, I'm like, look, I loved what you said. It was when you were visiting Michigan. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a show you were on essentially.
Yeah,
I asked you to scout yourself, man. And the fact that you just brought up like it's the mental game, you know what I mean? So clearly you study film, you do your due diligence, right? So, and that's one thing that struck me was like, okay, this guy's for real. Like he's wanting to get in here and be that next guy. And that's why I made the video I made on you, man.
yeah,
And with that being said, look, go watch his film if you haven't seen it. He's probably the most versatile, if not the most versatile linebacker in this class. The fact I even said it before, there are 13 linebackers ahead of you is crazy to me. On three, I know has you at like number 8, so they're definitely more towards my leaning on as far as that goes. But moving on here, as I gotta kind of read this one off, but as Bama fans, Kane Womack, we keep hearing that, how he uses the linebackers and the DBs is what's really attracting the talent to Alabama, right? So the versatility. And look, I've never heard personally a recruit on an interview speak of it or a coach really speak of it. So can you speak on that end? Like, is that something you're really considering? Like, don't stick me just here, but use me in multiple ways and let me shine and let me show all my abilities versus just one where you're trying to refine me. Can you speak on that?
yeah. So that's also a big part of Alabama, the production at linebacker. Just kind of see it with
Yeah.
Jihad, his progression, and then when the new coaching staff got there, he skyrocketed to like over 100 tackles. They show me examples, cut ups, and clips of film, just showing me how easy and simple they make it on the linebackers and how the big guys up front create gaps for us to run through and make plays. So, it's a linebacker friendly system. If you don't succeed in that, then you just aren't a good linebacker. So it's really attractive to a linebacker, especially that loves to run downhill and make plays. So yeah, I do see how,
They
just
can attract them.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to add that in there because, like I said, I've read that ever since really Kane Womack has got there, and it's one thing to read it, and it's another thing to hear it. It's like, okay, this is actually a factor that is coming to play with the recruits here. So, all right, with that being said, if you had to pick between three things here, basically, we'll say an interception, right? So we're going to say blowing up the running back behind the line of scrimmage or making a sack. Which one of those things do you prefer?
I have to go pick simply
Okay.
because you're giving the ball back to your offense, and also you kind of get the same juice. The guy, you do all this preparation, and a lot of things have to happen. And when a pick is thrown, the quarterback has to look your way. You have to do your job, be in the right spot, but then also depending on the throw or the difficulty of guarding the receiver, you got to adjust your body and stuff. And then it's just a hype. Your teammates come and celebrate you. You get a little turnover chain or whatever you guys have in that culture of the locker room. So
Yep.
I feel like a pick is probably one of the pinnacle of a defensive player.
Oh man, I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so this is always important, and look, you're going to get this probably everywhere you go. But if you had to say there's like the biggest influence in your life and your journey so far, because obviously I didn't play college football, right? So I played high school. I was not talented. I was not I didn't have the hand-eye coordination and everything else to go along with it.
Yeah.
But if you had to say there was a biggest influence in your life, man, who would you say that would be?
My dad's gonna kill me, but I'd probably say my mom. She's like been around football a lot during her
Yeah.
life, and just she's seen what it takes. She's seen all like the practices and all the players and how they joke around in the locker room and all that. She's seen all that in the training room stuff. So just instilling that into me, and then telling me like what I need to hear, like knowing that I need to go 110% every rep, no matter who's watching. Doing stuff extra when like you think about it, someone else is probably doing extra reps, so you can do even more than that person. So just her motivation, just being able to tell me what I really need to hear at the right time, and then just pushing me to be the best I could be, not only just on the field but academically, making sure that part is cleared up and making sure that I'm great in that area as well. So
No doubt. And I love the fact that you keep bringing up academics because that's not something I get whole lot on here. Look, I've interviewed a ton of players, right? So probably upwards of 10 now. And it's rare that I hear the academics is such a big play in this. So I'm assuming, right? And I've read that you've said this before, but once again, it's one thing to read it because we never know. But I'm assuming academics comes into a big play. You said that had a lot to do with Michigan and stuff like that. What major do you have a major in mind that you're trying to go for, or like business or something like that?
yeah, I'll probably major in finance or real estate.
Oh man, okay. So I got my business degree, but I skipped out on the accounting side. So you know what I mean. So I just got a BSB. But anyways, yeah, I figured that was something on there. I just had to bring it up since we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Now, is there an NFL linebacker you're really kind of like trying to mold yourself after?
Yeah, I kind of like watching Fred Warner. Just
Yeah.
yeah, we have kind of the same traits. He might be a little bit taller, but just body type, and then just the way he's fluid in his drops, being able to punch the ball. That's a big thing in today's game. Being able to create turnovers and not just get tackles for loss and sacks, but really get the ball out. And then just he like from the film I watch, he doesn't take false steps. He knows when the stuff to run and really and fill gaps quickly, but also knows to be patient when it's an RPO. So just his decision making, his leadership is kind of why I kind of try to model my game after him.
Bro, it's so exciting. Look, I'm going to get giggly over here, man, because I watch your film and I was talking about you. I'm like, man, the dude's patient, no wasted steps. And hearing you talk like that and you're modeling yourself after somebody like that gets me excited, man. So, all right. So, look, I'm a college head, right? So I watch more college than NFL than anything. Born and raised in Alabama. That's kind of what we do. Don't get me wrong, we keep up with the NFL, but it's not like college. So, with that being said, if you had to give your three favorite college linebackers watching growing up, who would you say that would be?
I say one, Reuben Foster, two, Roquan Smith, and someone kind of recent, Jalen Walker. he kind of just, his versatility. Well, I'll talk about Jalen first. His versatility, being able to line up on the edge, but then also make plays. Coach Schumann showed me countless videos of him freshman year, sophomore year, and then last year just making plays off the edge. Roquan, obviously the leadership. Just he plays for my hometown team, the Ravens. So his leadership, his ability to know where the ball is, be in the right gap. He's blitz ability. He's probably, if not one of the best linebackers in the NFL. And then Reuben Foster was a straight killer, man. He just he would you and you would just fly back 5 yards. So that's kind of the area of the game where I'm trying to get better at and really be kind of potent at. But just watching him and kind of inspired me to kind of want to start playing linebacker. So I say 3.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, in my opinion, I love it, man. When I'm talking to you guys, like, to me, to be a linebacker, you got to have that dog in you or you don't, right? And when you see people like Reuben Foster, got that dog in them for sure. So yeah, no doubt. So last question for you on here. What are you looking forward to the most when you come to Alabama's official visit? That's June 13th. So what are you looking forward to the most?
I say for me, just getting to know the players more. I feel like a big part in this decision is seeing who my teammates are going to be and the players I'm going to be around, and really just seeing if I could be myself around them. Really, just acclimate myself and envision myself, walking to class every day and then going to meeting rooms and in the practice field. Those are kind of the big things. And then just continue to build a relationship with Coach DeBoer, Coach Womack, and Coach Morrell. Really, those are kind of the main guys I'm going to be spending my time with. So just, talking to them, really picking their brain with questions and about the university and then the football program and really just get as much information as I can and take it with me on that plane back to Baltimore. So once I get those questions answered, then I guess it's on to the next, and then after that we'll figure out where we're going for college. So
no doubt, and I'll definitely be streaming that. By the way, I'll definitely be watching that if possible. So, all right, guys, that's all we have for today. Nick Abrams II here. A round of applause here, man. I appreciate you getting on here from Owing Mills, Maryland, playing for McDonough High School. Man, we're going to be watching you every step of the way. Obviously, look, it's an Alabama channel, folks, but the facts are this. When you have great prospects, you're going to get them on here. We're interviewing no matter where they commit. There's going to be never anything against any other team, nothing like that. So we wish you all the best no matter where you go, Nick. Hopefully keep in touch. Come back on here maybe one more time, possibly. We'll see. But because we know the rules and all that stuff get a little stricter when you get closer and you start signing and all that good stuff. But either way, man, I just want to say good luck. Everybody make sure to give him a follow. As you guys can see through the ticker here, his Twitter's there. All his information is going to be in the description below. And please, for God's sakes, if you're watching this video, go watch this dude's film. And please leave a comment on this and let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you getting on here one more time, man.
Thank you. I appreciate having me.
And I got to say it. You don't have to. But as always, guys, roll Tide.
All right.